Welcome to the Introductory Training module for JLV, the Joint Legacy Viewer. This course is intended for a broad audience and covers only the basic functions of the JLV application. This training contains audio narration, animation, and closed captioning. To control playback, play or pause audio narration, view the table of contents, or display closed captioning, use the buttons on the bottom of the screen. The table of contents icon can be found in the upper left corner of the page. The table of contents allows you to navigate to different topics, bookmark topics, view completion status of topics, view the duration of each topic, and view the overall duration of the course. Contents with an asterisk contain significant changes from previous versions of this course. People using screen readers must select the 508 compliant Table of Contents button on each slide to open and close the table of contents. The bookmark button is not currently supported for screen readers. This training is a brief introduction to JLV. In this module, you'll learn to access JLV, select a patient using the Patient Search tool, access help topics within the JLV application, configure JLV with a preferred theme, create new workspace tabs in the patient portal, configure tabs with data widgets, view data details and associated images, sort and filter data in widgets, and use the report builder function. JLV is a read-only web application that allows you to create a personalized view of electronic health record data from all connected DoD and VA health data sources, as well as data from select community health partners in a single integrated display. JLV is currently available at all VA and DoD medical treatment facilities. If you need to request access to JLV, contact your IT site administrator for access and support. JLV contains healthcare data from many clinical domains. This slide provides a list of the available data types. Data is grouped in clinical domains in windows called widgets. Widgets are mini applications that retrieve specific data types from all available sources. As a general rule, the same type of data is grouped together regardless of data source. For specific widget information, click on the Help link and then any link within the widget list. Accessing and configuring widgets will be explained later in this course. To access JLV from the Alta application, select a patient, then the JLV link will appear. If your CAC is registered in Alta, you will be taken directly to JLV. Otherwise, you will be taken to a login screen where you can enter your Alta credentials. The login screen can be accessed directly by visiting https://jlv.health.mil/JLV. To access JLV from MHS Genesis, select a patient, then the JLV link in the left menu. To access JLV from TMDS, select a patient, then the Joint Legacy Viewer link. Select users from the USCG, IOC sites, and PM staff have been added to a whitelist and can access JLV by visiting https://jlv.health.mil/JLV_CGS. While anyone can access the web address of JLV, only those who have been added to the JLV authorized user list will be able to log in. If you want to apply for JLV access, contact your local JLV site administrator. When accessing JLV from Alta, TMDS, or MHS Genesis, JLV opens with the same patient selected. When patient context can't be maintained, such as when you open JLV directly from the URL, a dialog may appear to ensure that you are aware that the patient you view in JLV is not necessarily the same patient you might be viewing in other tools. To find a patient, you'll need to use the Patient Search tool. To access the tool, you can select the Patient Search button at the top of the interface. When the Patient Search window opens, the first option for searching is by DoD ID number. The second option for searching is by the Social Security number and at least one character of the patient's last name. After submitting the search, the results will appear in a list under the Search Results tab at the bottom of the dialog. The Recently Viewed Patients tab can be used to quickly access up to 10 patients you've viewed in previous sessions. Remember, you can select a new patient in JLV at any time by clicking on the Patient Search tool located at the top of the application. When you select the Show Advanced Search Options link, all the searchable patient data fields will be presented. If you search by Social Security number, then the last name or date of birth must also be supplied. If you don't have the Social Security number identifier, you must supply the last name, first name, date of birth, and gender. After supplying this information and clicking Search, potential matches will appear in the Search Results tab. Select a patient by clicking the appropriate link in either the Search Results tab or the Recently Viewed Patients tab. After selecting a patient, flags and alerts from VA and DoD systems will display in a dialog box over the patient portal. These flags can be copied, printed, or sorted like most other data in JLV. If you close the Flags dialog, it can be reopened at any time by clicking on the Flags button next to the patient name. After reviewing the alerts, the patient portal is presented. The default view is the first tabbed workspace. The patient demographic information is presented in the upper left of the page. Most relevant patient demographic information is presented here. Payer information for each patient is accessible from the insurance link contained in this area. The subtabs just above the patient name show all sites of care for this patient. The blue dots indicate the presence of registration data from VA sites. Purple hexagons indicate community health data sources, and the orange squares indicate that DoD registration information is available. When you click on a patient name, a separate window containing detailed demographics information will open. Clicking on the subtabs will show information from different sources. System status updates are received from JLV's Health Monitor, which monitors the services that JLV uses to connect to DoD and VA data sources. When one or more monitored systems or services are offline or unavailable, a yellow warning icon appears at the top of the portal. Hovering over the warning will bring up details and help desk contact information to use in case the problem persists. JLV displays the status for each data source interface utilized by widgets with a status icon on the top of each widget. When all data sources for a widget are connected and available, the status icon displays as a lowercase I. When one or more data sources are unavailable, the affected widget will display a notification banner and the status icon will display as a yellow warning. Clicking on the status icon will bring up a list with the status of each data source for that widget. For DoD users, the Help icon will link to a modern, comprehensive web page containing JLV-specific help materials. Users can access trainings, watch videos, learn about JLV features, and receive news regarding upcoming changes. Wherever possible, the information will be just a single click away, without the need to log in to a separate site. If configured, the Provider Portal tab provides access to the References widget. The References widget is used to create and maintain reference links to your most valuable web pages. Click on the plus sign in the upper right of the widget and follow the prompts to create new links to any website. You can delete custom links by right-clicking on them and selecting Delete URL. Default links cannot be deleted. If the References widget is not configured, you can add it to the provider portal via the widget tray. The JLV settings dialog can be accessed by clicking on either the data source link at the bottom right of the page or the settings icon at the top right of the page. This allows you to configure theme and data display options. The dialog has options that enable the selection of agency sources for widget data display. This provides the ability to improve both JLV performance and the relevance of the data displayed. Selected sources are displayed at the bottom right of the interface. Deselected sources are indicated by grayed out icons. The theme choices include default blue, green, gray, dark gray, and accessible. The patient portal is made up of tabbed user-defined workspaces. A default display tab represented by the patient name is displayed when a patient is selected. This tab will be pre-populated with several data types. A second pre-populated tab is the commonly used Widgets tab. JLV also allows you to create additional tabbed workspaces to meet your needs. To create new tabs, click on the plus sign to the right of the existing tabs. Each new tab will create a blank page in the patient portal for you to populate with widgets that suit your workflow. Tabs may be removed by clicking the X in the upper right-hand corner. Tabs can be populated with data widgets to match your workflow. Widgets are many applications that retrieve, parse, and display data of their associated type. In order to configure a tab to match your workflow, select or create the tab you want to edit. Open the widget tray and drag the appropriate widgets into the tab. The widget tray provides access to all available widgets. Be aware that each widget adds to the time it takes the tab to load its data. You can rearrange the widgets by dragging them to the desired location, resize them by dragging the bottom border, and remove them by clicking the X in the upper right-hand corner. When a widget is added to your workspace for the first time, it has a default date range applied to the data presented. In general, if there is a date range, the default is 120 days. Setting a date range that returns only relevant data improves the value of the widget and the overall performance of JLV. You'll see the filtered date range displayed just below the widget name. Click on the date range link or the filter cone icon in the upper right of the widget to adjust the date range. After clicking the date filter icon, the date filter tool will appear. The quick select filters range from 1 week to 3 years, but custom date ranges can always be selected using this tool. You can change dates by typing them into the form fields or use the calendar tool by clicking on the calendar icon. After adjusting the dates, be sure to click the Apply button or the data will not be updated according to the new date range. More ways to filter data will be discussed in upcoming sections. Within the widgets, columns of data are displayed with links to detailed data marked as underlined text. Camera icons indicate that a data element has an image attached to it. Most abnormal results in widgets will be highlighted to serve as a visual cue. To access more information about an item in a widget, you can hover over the hyperlink to see some additional detail. Clicking the hyperlink will open a dialog box with more detailed information. If there is an image associated with the information, a thumbnail will appear in the dialog. Clicking on the thumbnail will open the image. Clicking the print icon at the top of the dialog will open a print-friendly version of the data in a new window. While all data accessed in JLV is audited, any attempt to access a data element such as a lab result or outpatient encounter marked sensitive by a DoD provider will result in a dialog requiring you to acknowledge that your action will be audited if you choose to proceed. You will be required to consent to this audit before the data is displayed. This will occur for each sensitive data element reviewed, even if consent was given for another data element on the same patient. Each widget has a set of controls in the upper right corner that allow you to manipulate the display of data. These vary from widget to widget. A quick hover over the icons will tell you what each does. Take the time to try these in each widget to see which features fit in your workflow. In addition to filtering data that appears in a widget, you also have the ability to sort the data in different ways. Columns are sorted by clicking on the header of any column. This will sort the data in ascending or descending order, according to the type of data in that column. Anytime you see the up arrow or down arrow in a column header, that indicates there has been a sort applied to the data. At the bottom of each widget are page controls allowing you to view all data in that widget. If the number of rows of data exceeds that of the display, the ribbon indicates the number of results in that widget and provides the navigation tools. Most widgets have a More link at the bottom next to the page controls. Clicking on this link will bring up an expanded widget view. Expanded widgets have automatic filtering tools to assist in locating data. In this expanded Documents widget, selecting any of the filters will display only the items that occur within the widget's set parameters. To apply filters, select the checkboxes of the items you want displayed. To clear a single filter, select Remove Filter at the top of the drop list. To restore the full unfiltered list, click the Remove All Filters link. You can toggle between paginated results and having all the results in a single list by using the Control button at the bottom right of the widget. Additionally, a free text filter can be used in conjunction with the date and pull-down filters, providing the ability to narrow a result set to match the entered text. The free text filter greatly enhances your ability to find the most relevant results. When viewing data in a widget, you have the option of removing columns to improve readability. At the top of each widget, you will see an icon depicting two columns. To remove a column from the widget, uncheck the box next to that column name and click Apply. To restore a hidden column, follow the same steps and recheck the box. This customization of columns is available in both the expanded and regular widgets. JLV allows you to combine up to 50 health records into a report that can be saved and used for other purposes. This is called the Report Builder. When viewing your workspace, you can right-click on any of the items in a widget. You will be prompted to Add Record to Report. If you click this prompt, an exact copy of the item as it appears in the widget will become part of the report being built. Additional items in the report will appear in the order in which they were added. When viewing the details of an item such as a medication or a progress note, you will see a plus icon in the header of the detailed display. Clicking this button will add the details of the item to the report being built. Some documents will present an option to Add to Report Builder in a dialog when you click on their link. Selecting this option has the same result as clicking the plus button. You can also select multiple documents using the Report Builder selection column in any widget. Clicking the plus icon in the left column of a results list will add the most detailed information available for that item to the Report Builder. Clicking and holding on the plus icon will allow you to choose which of the available levels of detail you would like to add. Clicking on the icon at the top of the column allows you to select all of the results on the page at once. If there are results that contain sensitive information on the page, you will receive a notice that you are required to select those results individually. Note that when you select all the records on a page, results on subsequent pages are not automatically selected. If you want all the records returned by a widget, make sure to select all the records on each page. To open the Report Builder tool, click the icon in the upper right corner of the JLV workspace. Once the tool opens, it will dock itself on the left side of the application. You can minimize and maximize the Report Builder by clicking on the arrow in the upper right portion of the tool. The Report Builder opens with the Current Report tab selected by default. This tab is used to edit and manage reports before they are built. The upper portion of the Current Report tab will show a list of items being added and controls for editing and building the report. Along the right side of the Report Builder are arrows that will allow you to reorder the list. You can remove an item from the list by highlighting it and clicking the Clear Selected Record button in the middle of the dialog. If you wish to remove all the records and begin again, use the button labeled Clear All. The lower portion contains a preview of the selected item. Once the desired items are in place, click the Build button. You will be prompted to enter a report name in a dialog. After clicking OK, the Report Builder will display the Patient Reports tab. Some reports can take a while to build. It's okay to close the Report Builder and continue working in JLV. When your report is complete, an alert will display on the Report Builder icon at the top of the interface. In the Patient Reports tab, the Status icon will display the build status of pending and available reports. A report can have a status of In Progress, Completed, or Error. Completed reports that are missing items will have an orange alert icon. Completed reports can be previewed by clicking on the Contents link in the Status column. Click the report name in the Report column to open a PDF document containing the data you selected. Documents that originated as PDFs are appended to the end of the report. You may then save the document to your computer or send it to a printer. This concludes the Introduction to JLV training for Release 7. You may use the table of contents to revisit any part of this course. If you are viewing this course in JKO, use the Next Lesson button in the screen above this training to conclude this course and register completion. Otherwise, simply close the window to exit. To learn more about Joint Legacy Viewer, visit millsuite.mil/book/groups/dmix-resources-training.